Hey everybody, welcome back to another video with your casual keyboard guy. And I know I've been away for a while, but all good things. I've been gigging heavily with my band and just working on a lot of I guess personal things. Started back work, so apologize for everybody that's been waiting for the tutorials, but I'm gonna try my best to get them all done today. So without further ado, this tutorial I'm about to do is called Troubled Man. Um, by Marvine Gaye, and this song is being sponsored by my subscriber Brian Hall. And let's get into it. It's not too much going on in this song. It's really just like three sections, and it's like simple chords. It's just like about the vibe of the song. So let's get into it. So I'm gonna play through it a little bit, and then I'll break it down. All right. I'm gonna do the change. And then go back. Sorry. Then one more change. All right, so that's essentially the whole song. It's really just, um, I guess he does this verse, and then when he goes to the kind of the chorus, which is the change, he does another chord, and then he does like this like dramatic like build up to go back to the to get back to the next verse. So let me show you these chords, and I'm gonna try to give you the words to when the changes come for a reference point. So so the song pretty much starts off on this D A D in your left hand. So you got real dramatic, and what I hear is just like a single note, like something like that. So it's like D's up top and then D A D on the bottom. Okay, and then you hear this these chords going like right before you start the verse. Okay, so you got the D A D in your left. You got the you hit that octave D like that. Okay, your right hand, and then you're gonna hear this. And what that is, while you're holding down that D A D in your left, you're doing an F triad, C F A, and then you're going. That's an F chord, and what is that? Second inversion, and then you go into a G chord, second inversion, which is D G B. So you got C F A D G B. Okay. So and you're just going back and forth between those two chords. So like that, or it's a little fast. So it's a little fast how they do it, but just take your time practicing that. And then the good thing is the when you get to the verse, it's those same chords, and you just do it in like a little rhythm. You do it in a little pattern. So so you're starting off, and you hear a little, then you got slow it down a little bit. So it's kind of like that. If I take the sustain, but you only want to keep the sustain pedal on just to give it that feeling. All right. So I had to take my sustain off because it was kind of making the note stay up there. So that's the idea you want. Okay, so when you get into the groove, so basically you're doing the G chord first, and it's kind of like the guitar doing that line, but it's like the real main thing that's going on, and because the piano was kind of doing licks and stuff in there, but so let me give you that. So you got. So essentially, you're just doing the G chord to the F chord. So it's basically you're going backwards. So when you're doing the other groove, you're going F to G. Now we're doing G, F. Okay, so and it's gonna be. I mean, when you play the chord like this with the D and the bass, it's a D minor 7, but and then it's gonna be a D over G over D. As far as what the chords say, but so you could just do D's in the bass, or you could, keep the A in there too. How I do it, I guess I kind of keep the A held down, and I just kind of pedal on the D's. So I mean, you can kind of play around with that part, but essentially all this is. Now what the piano is doing is just using sound like a D minor blues scale. So I'll show you what that is. So the scale they're using, and then you could just kind of do some licks over that D. So you got sorry. There we go. So all right, there we go. So you got D, F, G, A flat, A, C, D. So D, F, G, A flat, A, C, D. So you could do some licks off of that. So I'm just using those notes. So I'm just playing around with the chords. So I'm just like messing with the scale and just mixing the chords, so just to to give you some fun. It's the same thing essentially. So just to have some fun. Another little thing you can do is you could kind of trill off so when you hit this G over D, you could trill off of the G flat. So watch this. You trill off of that G flat and it'll give you a nice little slang. So you just hitting the same chord, you just hitting off the G flat, and then you coming down to the A. Just something nice, just something extra on this part, because like I said, it's the same thing over and over again. So I gotta practice that myself. So I'm just messing around, but yeah, essentially, that's that part. And you come back to that part quite a few times. So then when it goes to the change, which he says, where the change comes. So he says, I come up hard, and he goes to. So the chord is going to be a F major 7 over G. So it's G13 sus, okay? So essentially you got an F major 7 in your right hand, F, A, C, E, then you got a G in the bass, okay? So that's the chord for this section, and then what you do is sometimes they resolve the C and down to the B, make it a G913. So just like that. So you just really just changing the C to the B. Same bass. Now the bass is kind of doing this nice little bass line over this, so it was like something like that. So all this is G octaves, then F, back to G. G octave, F, back to G. Okay? Do something like that. Alright? And that's that little section. So yeah, so you just got that bass line, boom, 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 over the chords. Remember, on the chord, you're only changing the C down to the B. Alright, everything else stays the same. Alright, so that's the little change. Then they go right back to the main groove when he said this I know, baby. You going back to this I know, sugar. And then he says, yeah, I ain't never let it sweet you, baby. Something like that. I don't even know if these lyrics is actually right, because I'm looking at the lyrics off of Google. But when he says, this I know, baby, this I know, sugar, then he says, yeah, I ain't never let it something. And basically when he starts that phrase, this I know, baby, this I know, sugar, you about to do this chord, which is only one chord, but it's like a melody line that's going on, but I'm just gonna give you the chords. So basically you got an A in the bass, and then you're gonna do let me see, here we go. So it's gonna be this chord, real jazzy, man. This chord is really nice. So this is when he goes, I ain't gonna let it sweat you, baby. And you hit this nice chord. So you got A in the bass, you got B flat, you got D, E, and A. Real jazzy. It's like a B flat major 7 flat 5 over A. So real nice. So you could play this chord a couple ways. So you got the A, the B flat, the D, the F. So you got the A in the left, the B flat, the D, the E, and the A in the right. So you can play it like this, or sometimes they hit this melody. You can play it right here. So you can play it right here too. So you could do E, A, B flat, and D. It's essentially just the same chord. I'm just playing it in a different version. So play it like this. And basically what I did, I just took it up an octave, the same chord. Same chord. You know what I mean? Or you could hit it on this one. Same chord, just a different version. So the E, A, B flat, D. So you got the D on top, and on this one you got the A on top. So I'm just pretty much going through the inversions. So the same chord, the octave lower, octave higher, same chord, octave lower, octave higher, and I'm just going through each of them, just to give that some dramatic effect. And the melody is going something like that. It's real nice. Okay, and then after he finishes that, he just goes right back to something like that. That melody is nice. That melody is nice. Something like that. That's so nice. But essentially, that's the end of the song. Then he just goes back to. back to this part again. So it's the same thing, and then you go back, and then they end it back to this. And all I did was arpeggiate. I'm just arpeggiating, meaning just playing the same notes separate, okay? And then back to that. So that's essentially the whole song. Hope you guys enjoyed this lesson, and you'll be seeing me again today when I try to do at least 2 more that I have people waiting, and we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll do 5. I don't know. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this lesson. Casual Keyboard Guy, signing off. Peace.